Hey everybody, welcome back to Crypto Buzz Daily. It looks like this is going to be and already has been a pretty packed week for crypto, but it only seems like it's going to get better. In an article posted by the blog, Representative French Hill is confident that the House will have enough votes to get the crypto bills passed after yesterday's unfortunate vote that denied these bills. They're going to go for a revote, like stated in this article, and French Hill seems very confident that these votes will go through. It says Representative French Hill said he believes the House has the votes required to advance key crypto legislation, such as the Senate's Genius Act, a market structure bill, and a measure that would limit federal government's ability to create a central bank digital currency. So there's three bills here, and if you're currently unaware, it's the Genius Act, which is this first one that he mentions, the Clarity Act, which is a market structure bill, and then the Anti-CBDC Act, which is basically just like he says here, a measure that would limit federal government's ability to create a central bank digital currency. So the Genius Act is a regulatory act focused on stablecoins. It gives more regulation, focusing on or forcing them to be backed one-to-one by either dollars or a similarly good asset. And for larger issuers, they'd be required to do annual audits. And secondly, for this market structure bill, it's called the Clarity Act, and basically what it is it basically just it aims to settle the divisive question as to whether coins are securities or commodities. This would simply put a label on coins as either generally as one of these two. The main thing with this bill is that depending on what they're labeled as, they'll be regulated by either the SEC or the CFTC. For securities, the SEC would handle it. For commodities, the CFTC would handle it. And then finally, we have the Anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act. Like stated in the article, this is basically just so that the Federal Reserve cannot create a digital dollar or central bank digital currency unless specifically approved by Congress. French Hill claims that there's strong bipartisan support behind all of these, supposedly after having President Trump meet with key House members to get things back on track after the rocky start that occurred yesterday. If these pass, it would be actually a major step for the crypto community, seeing as these would be the biggest bills yet in several years pertaining to crypto. It would no longer be a skeptical online joke, but rather a government-backed security / commodity, depending on what they vote for. Now moving on from while crypto is making rules, Consensys is out here pitching Ethereum as something bigger than just a smart contract network. They're calling it Trustware. Now what is Trustware? Basically, Trustware is the idea that society as a whole spends trillions of dollars on things like legal work, compliance, and auditing. Basically, on being able to trust that deals and money flows are for real. Consensys says why not let Ethereum be the infrastructure that takes care of all of that, but programmable and global. So trust is processed not by lawyers and banks, but as code and math on Ethereum. They've got a model for why Ethereum could go up. Quite a bit, actually. It's called the cost to corrupt approach. As more stuff of real value, think tokenized dollars, stocks, properties, moves onto Ethereum, the network needs more Ethereum locked up and higher prices to stay secure from attacks. So they're saying we could see Ethereum at around 4,900 just by the end of 2025. That's less than 5 months from now, guys. And by 2028, $16,000 if adoption keeps growing like they predict. But here's the thing. The numbers are even kind of conservative. These numbers are. Based on how fast things like tokenized assets and stablecoins could take off on Ethereum, especially if the Genius Act goes through. And compared to other blockchains, Ethereum already secures way more value and has more validators spread out worldwide. Think over 1 million validators in 84 different countries. As it says here, its architecture is powered by 1,056,000 validators across 84 countries. Consensys says that while other blockchains may attract specific sectors like gaming and meme coins, where trustware is less critical, Ethereum is still a prime choice for institutional investors managing billions in global capital. Consensys' message is basically this. Ethereum isn't just for crypto geeks. It can become a digital layer for trust across all kinds of business and finance. Aligning with this news, we can even see that Ethereum has it's gone for a crazy run. We're up to $3,200, almost $3,300. The Moon Show is talking about how it's a crazy pump. Just 2 hours ago they posted this. Oh, whoops, sorry. $3,200 already. And Ted Pillows is saying that this rally isn't even done that. He predicts that by just the end of this month, it could hit $3,500. It's already gone up 7% in just 2 days, guys. This is crazy. But to wrap everything up, like I said earlier, Congress might actually finally be able to pass real crypto regulation, which could open the floodgates for bigger players and a lot more clarity in the USA. And at the same time, if Consensys is right, Ethereum could end up powering its way more than just DeFi. It could be how the next generation of global finance and business handles trust itself. What do you guys think? Are these bills going to unlock actual growth in the US? And is trustware just a buzzword, or is it the start of something big for Ethereum? Let me know in the comments, guys, and if you enjoy these kind of breakdowns, hit like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.